part of learning BDHS lab sessions. Today I will show you experiment 1. Experiment 1 talks about the file system commands. How do we execute the file system commands? We take help of the pseudo distributed Hadoop system from Cloudera, wherein on the desktop you will find Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. Click on that. This screen will open. Then click on Start. After clicking on Start, the VirtualBox gets installed or started, and then you should see a screen like this. I repeat. First you will click on Start in the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. After clicking Start, you should see a screen like this. Then close this window. You should see your terminal screen like this. This is the actual desktop for Cloudera. You can see it in the background. Cloudera is given there. Now on top taskbar you will find so many icons. In that, the last one here, this is the command line terminal or the command line screen wherein you can type in the file system commands. So click on this terminal screen. You should see a terminal screen opened up here, and the cursor will be blinking here wherein you can type in your commands. This is pretty much like Unix or Linux terminal wherein we can type the commands. So various commands which are similar to Linux file system commands, we can try to work with those commands. I will show you one or two commands with how do we give the command the syntax and the output of that. Then I will give you the list of commands of exercise 1. You are supposed to execute them on this terminal only. This is the terminal wherein you can execute all your file system commands. The first command I am trying to show is the ls command. Stands for list of files. This is equal to, in Windows we click on a folder wherein we can see the files and subfolders existing in that. So the command is similar to this ls, which will list out all the contents of a particular folder. The moment you press enter, you will see the list of files, folders, whatever are existing in that particular folder. It will show the contents. Similarly, in this I have given one more command. If you see here, soon after the listing of files, I have given one more command, which is cat give a space greater than give a space any file name which you want to work with. This command will help us to create a file with name. In this example, I have given my file 34.txt. txt is for a text file extension. So cat greater than file name is for creating a file wherein the moment you type this command and press enter, the cursor will wait in the next line. You can type in the contents of the file. Once you finish typing the contents of the file, you press Ctrl D. Control combination D. The moment you press this, the file gets saved. Whatever you have typed so far, all that content will go and be saved in the file. So in my example, I have typed the content, hello everyone, I am working with HDFS commands and so on. In the end, I have typed I will execute the put command, and then I pressed Ctrl D. This entire lines, whatever I have typed, all these lines are saved with the name myfile34.txt. After working with the file creation, if you give again the list command, you should see a file with the name myfile34.txt. So I am executing ls command again to see whether the new file with name myfile34.txt has been created or not. So I have given the ls command. If you see the output, I have highlighted. You are seeing the file myfile34.txt. So the file is created. Show you the next command to be executed. This is very important whenever we are working with Hadoop sessions. So as a student who is working with Hadoop, you are supposed to learn this command. Say for example, from my local drive I want to put a file into the distributed network, into HDFS, right? So when we are learning Hadoop, we know that we are working with a distributed set of nodes which are trying to store a database. The command for sending a file from local drive onto Hadoop distributed file system, I have highlighted here. If you can see the command HDFS DFS hyphen put myfile34.txt fs myfile34.txt. Now let me explain each and every keyword in this command. HDFS, this is the Hadoop distributed file which is configured onto Cloudera. Some systems might have configured it as Hadoop, some systems might have configured it as HDP. So it depends on how the HDFS is configured into your system. That configuration name should be taken. So as part of an example execution, I will take HDFS which is configured so into my system. So HDFS space DFS stands for distributed file system. So through Hadoop distributed file system, you are trying to communicate with the distributed file system. Hyphen put, every command which you are trying to contact the distributed file system should come with the hyphen switch. We call it as the switch. So it should come with the hyphen switch. Hyphen put, this command will take the file, a copy of the file from the local drive, and it will put it into HDFS. So HDFS DFS hyphen put, what is the file I have created recently? myfile34.txt. This file should be kept into distributed file system with the new name as fs myfile34.txt. You don't want the destination should have a new name for the same file. You can just skip this new file name. No need to give that. So then simply HDFS DFS hyphen put myfile34.txt and you press enter. The file gets transferred with the same name myfile34.txt. If you have provided one more name for the file will be saved with the new name that you have specified in the end of the command. I will show you. So the file has been transferred. Once I give the command, there are no errors for you. It got executed. Now I want to see the list command to be executed on the distributed file system. So I have given the command HDFS DFS hyphen ls. So it will list out all the files which are there on the distributed file system. We should see what is the new name I have given for my file, fs myfile34.txt. So the file is kept onto the distributed file system. So this is how you will be executing. All the commands are similar to how you execute the Linux file system commands. So this is the list of some of the commands which are important with respect to Hadoop big data handling. So I have kept all of them in this list. Kindly execute each and every command, the syntax and how you should give the example. If you see, some people might have configured it as Hadoop instead of HDFS. So when you are working with Cloudera, you should work it as HDFS DFS. Some websites wherein they have configured it as Hadoop and the distributed file system is given a name fs, they give the command like this. So take the syntax, use the configurations which are available in our system, and you are supposed to execute the commands. execute all these commands and write your report. What is the output, what are the input parameters, everything should be kept as a screenshot, and you are supposed to upload when your faculty asks you to upload.